Hey Danny, I'm getting the shiny spot. On record.
I know. Memorial Day weekend.
Tell your wife to look this way.
Oh, yeah, we got a car.
And if we look in the thingy mahabber, we have Joshua Paul Johnson. You see that? No Oscars. You know what that means? He doesn't have a good GPA. That's right, Josh. You can't yell at me anymore because your GPA sucks.
Hey dude.
this time, I'd also like to thank our faculty and staff for all their work this year. You students would not be here on the stage with us without your dedication to excellence and their tireless support. And students, I'd like to take a few minutes to recognize a couple of people who have touched your lives. 3 retiring faculty members, and I'd like you to stand, please. Kathy Allen, with over 30 years of service in physical education and health. Jean Hochel, with 16 years of service as ICC Spanish instructor. And Gary Willesby, ICC Engineering Instructor. I'm not sure he's here this evening, but if you are here, I hope you stand. He has already retired from one career and now is retiring from another one after 4 years of service to ICC. Thank you. At this time, there is one more individual I'd like to recognize, Dr. Jackie McPherson. Jackie, can you stand, please? At the MPA annual conference that Jackie was awarded the Minnesota Psychological Association's Outstanding 2-Year College Instructor Award in the field of psychology. Congratulations. I would like to acknowledge the outstanding academic records of our current graduates. Among today's graduates are 10 students, as Joe mentioned, who have achieved a perfect 4.0 grade point average at ICC. I believe 9 of the 10 are present this afternoon. As I read your names, would you please stand and be recognized? And audience, would you please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Scott Anderson, Larry Drews with 2 degrees, Brittany Gibson, Charlene Hendricks, Helen Catherine Ron, Wanda McCarroll with 2 degrees, Cheryl Stoyovich, 2 degrees, Daniel Trombley, 2 degrees, and Deborah Wake. Congratulations. In the 1980s, the state of Minnesota implemented legislation enabling students in the 11th and 12th grades to enroll in college classes that met not only their high school graduation requirements, but also the college's requirements for an associate degree. 15 post-secondary option students will receive their associate degrees this year from Itasca Community College. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized, and again, please hold your applause. Justin Beckner, William Boucher, Sophia Essington, Aaron Fredrickson, Lee Gustafson, Luke Hoffman, Jennifer Crail, Jessica Lawler, Tyler Lindquist, Jessica Masdorf, Daniel McCartney, Katlin Metzner, Madeline Kirpich, Christina Schmidt, and Christian Toonstra. Congratulations. Itasca Community College, I hereby certify that the students listed in the program have successfully completed the courses or programs in which they are enrolled and will have met the requirements for graduation from ICC. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, the roll call of 2005.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reading of the roll call will begin. Jessica Malmquist, Associate in Arts. Cameron Porter, Associate in Science Engineering, high distinction. Associate in Arts, high distinction. Associate in Arts, distinction. Jessica Matsdorf, Associate in Arts, high distinction. Jonathan Kaiser, Associate in Science, Engineering. Larry Drews, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Business Administration, high distinction. Alyssa McTammany, Associate in Arts. Christian Lawrence Toonstra, Associate in Arts. Caitlin Metzer, Associate in Arts, high distinction. Luke Hoffman, Associate in Science Engineering, distinction. Melissa Ann Shaw, Associate in Arts, Class Act. Tanya Marie Peterson, Associate in Arts. Erica Orrin, Associate in Arts, Class Act, high distinction. Cheryl J. Stoyich, Associate in Science Business Administration, high distinction. Associate in Arts, high distinction. Katie Ann Peterson, Associate in Walter Bennett Johnson, Associate in Science Engineering, distinction. Ellen Diane Vivar, Associate in Arts, distinction. Alexander Nelson, Associate in Science Engineering, high distinction. Paula Lopez Cortez, Associate in Arts. Joshua Paul Johnson, Associate in Science Engineering. Jacob W. Bump, Associate in Science Engineering. Daniel David Trombley, Associate in Arts, high distinction. Associate in Science, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Associate in Arts. Kyle M. Fairchild, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Heather Marie Black, Associate in Arts. Crystal Lynn Moran, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Daniel O. McCartney, Associate in Arts. Matthew Blake, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Michael T. McCartney, Associate in Arts. Lynn M. Olson, Diploma, Practical Nursing, high distinction. Bailey K. Goddard, Associate in Arts. Vanessa Onken Peck, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Rita LeBlanc, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Heather Barnacle, Certificate, CDA. Lori Lynn Pearson, Associate in Arts, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Nasara M. Kushel, Associate in Arts. Spring L. Latimer, Diploma, Practical Nursing, high distinction.
Ladies and gentlemen, having the certification of Provost Michael Johnson and Dean Barbara McDonald, and with the power vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of Minnesota State Colleges and Universities, I confer upon you your respective degrees from Itasca Community College, and I present to you the Itasca Community College graduating class of 2005. Congratulations! Join the graduates and the Itasca staff for a reception to be held in the cafeteria just north of here. 3 ways to get there. If you want to stay on the inside, you want to go this way up the hall. My thanks, and that will be immediately following our recessional and retiring of the colors. My thanks to Darla Nelson and everyone who helped her make this a delightful and fitting graduation. Please remain seated until the graduates have left the gymnasium, and thank you for
Now do it.
It's over, you graduated, now you gotta move out and I get your room.
Hi. Congratulations.
He doesn't turn and look. How's it?
He's obviously ignoring you guys.
Everywhere. Nice. Johnson's all over.
This is the second row. You just about tripped over me now.
That's like rounding the hill. I'm Matt. I'm Rich.
Congratulations.
I think you might try to ground.
Yes.
Graduated. This means he gets to move on and get a real job. No more staying at home, Josh. You gotta go to the workforce. It's a big sign for you.
I will see.
Think about that.
Still pass the exam. Yeah, we already did.
I got it.
I gave her a whole box.
Whole box.
Yeah, they take some picture. I'm cool. Don't.
So you guys go sit over there as a family?
Come on. Danny.
On my camera? Oh, easy.
I'm in your car right now.
First we take the video footage. So this is a graduate. Well, wait a minute. Maybe we better rephrase that. Okay. Okay. I gotta take some pictures now.
Okay, are you sure you're tall enough to get us on?
Hey, let's go inside.
Congratulations, buddy. How's the last one? Wind was blowing right in my eyes.
What size?
Get your picture taken or what? Go ahead. We don't got all day. Ready? Way to go, I hear. What do you got to say for yourself, Josh? Come on, say something.
Say something.
It's been 3 years.
Leftover.
Okay.
Yeah, golden steak or what? You're gonna eat over here upstairs.
Okay, group picture time.
Look at it. What they doing?
So nobody touches it. It's just train just rolls by.
Brad, Glenn, and Gary, and Gordy.
Okay, picture of me.
I'm here.
Where's Will?
That's right, we gotta get a little picture. I don't want to stand over in uniform like that. Hey, you got another vest closer to the center. Toby! Yeah, that's his alias.
Yeah.
Very long already. Food I know was excellent and dessert was delicious. And now you're anxious to see what's next. So I just want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to our campus. We have so appreciated having our sons and daughters with us the last couple of years at ICC. The faculty and staff in this program are just outstanding, as are our other staff. And I think our sons and daughters have been in very good hands. I know they're going on to complete degrees at different institutions all over the place. And we're very, very proud of them. I do want to take a minute to thank the faculty and staff. If you could stand just for a minute. Gary, I see you over there. You hate it when I do this, but could you stand up? And those on the back there, Gordy and the Sturtzes, and did Bart go home already? He might have left. And Noel is in the back there, and Grant here, and who am I missed? Who hasn't stood up yet? Ron? Glenn? Where's Glenn? Is he hiding in the hallway? Anyway, I really do appreciate these folks, and I think you should give them a round of applause. Thank you for your service to the program. We have a very familiar setting here. This is our learning community, and of course they've become a big family now. We are growing. You can see across the street we have a new building going up, and we hope to have many more engineering students here at ICC in the future. So with that, I'll hand it over to Ron, our program coordinator, and he'll take it from there. Thank you.
Now for the fun part, we're going to give away some money to some students who are transferring away. We have a couple of local engineering firms who every year, for the past several years, have donated $500 scholarships for students to use at their new university. The first is the Naramco Engineering Scholarship, and students had to write an essay on why I want to be an engineer, and then the essays were graded blind by the faculty, and not graded by blind faculty, but and the winner this year is Ashley Powell. Ashley, please come forward.
The second of the two scholarships to be awarded tonight is from an engineering and architectural firm that is located in Grand Rapids. One of the branch offices is in Grand Rapids. I've been in Grand Rapids since 1988 and have been a part of this program nearly that long because SCH has hired a number of our graduates for summer internships over the years. They've been a part of this program in that respect. They've also been a part of this program, as Ron mentioned, for several years, sponsoring a scholarship to a person who is transferring and going to be majoring in civil engineering. We have a representative from that company here tonight. Bill Hirschbach is here again. I think Bill's been here 3 years now, perhaps, to announce the winner of the SCH scholarship.
I was just telling Glenn that
I counted them up today at work. I just was curious, and we have worked with 16 interns from this program. So it's been a very rewarding experience for us and for them. SEH is pleased to present this $500 scholarship to Daniel Thomas.
Dan, right here.
Yeah. Oh.
I noticed that Ashley hugged you, but.
That's because he graduated from UND, not the U of M.
Thank you again. We're very proud to be able to do this. We've got the professional development instructors. We've got Brad and Glenn and me, and we're going to hand these out. Some folks still have a little bit of work left to do, so you're not going to get your real certificate. You're going to get a fake certificate, a Xerox copy certificate. Once all of the work is done, on your transcript, on your ICC transcript, right below where it says that you got your degree, it will say completed professional development certificate. So you'll be able to use this on your resume. It'll be on your transcripts forever. So let's get started. Come on up, Glenn. You just turn them this way. I can read them from there. Brian Anderson. Come on up. Brandon Moneman. Eric Branson. Aaron Fredrickson. Patrick Goodell. Josh Hadrava. The next guy tried to get the lady tonight announcing the graduates to call him by his nickname. I saw him up there trying to get her to say it and she wouldn't. So, Juice. Jacob Latola. Brian Moran. Dustin Reddick. Kristen Sadler. And Daniel Thomas. Now for the almost certificates. Luke Barrett. Bill Boucher. Jason Braun.
I still need a lot of help, Jason.
Jacob Bump. Matt Burrich. Richard Eichmuller III. Brandon Johnson. Are you in here, Brandon? He's out here somewhere. He's around. Walter Johnson. Amber Lee.
When did you find time to do 25 minutes to do the facilities? Huh? When did you find time to do
Alex Nelson.
Really? Well, you can do it.
Ashley Powell.
That's really good. I mean, job wasn't
I'd rather start working.
do it outside.
Matt Smith. Melissa Stanashi. Congratulations to all the professional development recipients. It's at this point where the festivities are going to start to degenerate.
Uncle Barry, my mom.
We have two special people that we'd like to recognize tonight. We're going to recognize them a lot. And we started by recognizing them by putting them on the back of your program. We have two people who, unfortunate for those of us at ICC Engineering, have decided to move on and no longer be officially employed at ICC Engineering, though we hope they will continue to be here for a long time and to help out and to take part in our festivities. About 5 years ago, I got a phone call from a friend of mine from college. He's an engineer at Bland & Paper Company here in Grand Rapids. His name is Ken. Ken said, Ronnie, he's one of the few people that is allowed to call me Ronnie. He said, Ronnie, you think you have an engineering program out there, but I'm convinced that it's not any sort of engineering program if you aren't able to find a way to get Gary Lillesby to come and teach for you. He is the best trainer, the best teacher we've ever had at this company, and he's leaving this company, and he'd be willing to work for you. So it's your job to figure out how to make it happen. And we did. Dr. McDonald was very much a big part of us being able to get Gary out here. Gary has taught our physics and electrical engineering courses for 4 years. Last night I was talking to a student from his first year, Tom Calgaro. Tom was interviewed in that Science magazine article that Dr. Surdich was talking about earlier. Tom asked me about Gary, and I told him that Gary was going to be retiring, and Tom just couldn't believe it. He had a couple of good Gary stories to tell, and told about how much of an influence Gary was in Tom completing his electrical engineering degree. We have 4 years of electrical engineers whose lives are going to be forever positively altered by Gary Lillesby. And some of those students are here tonight, and they're going to get a chance to come up and thank him as well. We have a couple of ways the thanking is going to happen. Dr. McDonald, you're first.
For those of you that know Ron, it's always really scary when he says officially employed. So anyway, but Gary, I know we're going to be seeing you. You were sitting over there, now I can't see you. And he always hides in these moments because he didn't want to be recognized earlier this week, but we've got you now. So we have something to give you from the college, and we'd like to thank you very much for all your service to both the ICC Engineering Program and the campus as a whole. It's been a real pleasure to have you here. And I know the students have benefited greatly from the work that you've done with them. So if you wouldn't mind coming up here and receiving a card from Dr. Johnson and myself and everybody here at the college.
No, you can't go back. If you did, it'd just be like a yo-yo going back and forth. The rest of the faculty and staff have gotten together and got you a gift certificate at Home Depot. We know that you can walk right across the street. We we understand that your wife has some things that you could do when you go across the street, but bring some stuff back, take care of the house and the yard, so here you go. We've got a bunch of your students who are going to come up now. If I were you, I would be afraid. Cameron, grab your crew and bring them on up.
You're okay. So, must be an electrical problem. We can fix it, it's away.
Good call. All right, I would like to thank Gary for teaching us, even though, I don't know, he still hasn't graded our finals yet, so we'll see how that goes. But we all got you some gifts. Our first gift is we got you a universal attenuator / frequency control, remote control for the TV with all the numbers are also in binary. Lost words. So there you go.
Large so I can read it.
Exactly.
All right, for those of you that have taken classes from Gary, you know what happens while he's teaching. He gets very into his lectures and he forgets to use an eraser. So what sometimes happens is his hands get black, and sometimes he'll step away from the board and think really hard, and his hands will go up from here. And by the end of the class, his forehead is black.
Looks like I have hair again.
And nobody has really said anything. So what we got, Gary, is a board buddy for fast and effective removal of dry erase markers. It does not work on annoying first years though. And we also have anti-stick spray for dry erase markers, effective on foreheads, chins, and hands. Do not use while operating heavy machinery, such as paper machine number 6.
The other thing we got him, actually, we did not get this for him. Somebody from down at Blandon decided to give him a second retirement present. And I'm not supposed to say any names, so you want to open that? You should open it right now.
I should. We need to all stand back, or?
I hope not.
80% chance. 80% chance we can stand back.
If we can get into it.
Looks like Blandon paper on there even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It had to be somebody old that gave you this.
The person I got this from actually framed a slide rule for him on the front because he basically refuses to use a calculator.
Passing fancy, the calculators will die away.
First one's a bead board. His first calculator's a bead board. Second one's a slide rule.
And also, I've been working on this for the last week, and for us to remember you from years to come, I'd like to give you this plaque.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Just like all the students, Gary, you get to choose which brick that goes on for eternity. Would you like to say a few words?
Very little bit. Actually, most people don't know that I actually taught the very first electrical engineering class here in 1983, I think it was. Aaron came down, I think it was Aaron, came down to Blandon and said, we would like to have a volunteer that would be willing to teach night class. And the vice president of engineering came and talked to me and said, how would you like to volunteer to teach the engineering class? I said, okay, I guess I will, because I looked around, there's nobody else there, so I said, I'll do that. So I taught that for 2 years, so it's kind of amazing. That's like over 20 years ago now. And I I guess one thing I'd like to suggest to people that you work up to your potential. Everybody has a lot more than they can do than they think they can. And you have to remember that it's a global market we're working in now. And you have to compete against not necessarily the person that's sitting next to you, but the person across the ocean that's doing the same thing. So just be aware of that you have to do what you need to do to be competitive. And that's my opinion. Now this is a fact, and it's kind of hard to argue. Now the electrical engineering students, I'm going to put you on the spot, and also anybody that's taking circuits from me. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, power equals
I squared R.
All right, I did my job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gary. It's your turn, Brad. Brad has been our inspirational leader for 4 years. I first met Brad in 1993 when he was a student at Hibbing Community College and I was a teacher at Hibbing Community College, and I only had a couple of engineering students and I needed some more. I was really desperate. So I went around the building and held up this little sign, "Want to be an engineer?" Brad says, "What's an engineer?" And I got him like that. Then when I was in graduate school and I was really in danger of failing a course, Brad happened to be taking the same course, and he got me through internal combustion engines. Had it not been for Brad letting me borrow his homework, I wouldn't have passed. Borrowing homework was allowed at the University of North Dakota. It's not here at ICC. In 2001, we stole Brad from Powermation, a company where he was an extremely successful salesperson down in the cities, and brought him up here to work for peanuts, and I fell in love with him. And all of you that are out here know what he means to this program. And we're not saying goodbye to Brad forever because we've got big plans, and Brad is a big part of those plans. But for now, he's going to be stepping down as the Director of Engineering. We're going to have some new people come in to do the things he was doing. In fact, it's going to take two. We're going to bring in 2 people to replace Brad. The faculty got together, Brad. We got you a little fun for Home Depot. We know that'll absorb a half of your day just being in there figuring out what to do. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean how to spend your money. So, thank you very much. Brad's not officially leaving until September, so Dr. Johnson will get you something when you leave in September, too, if he lets you leave. Cameron. And Juice. Yeah, just
Well, we all pitched in, Brad, and got you this, it's a picture. Thank you, Brad, for your infinite wisdom and your friendship. What's funny about this is we didn't have any money yesterday, so I came up to him and tried to borrow the money from him for his own head.
He comes in and he's like, can I borrow $30? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, what do you got to do? And he's like, well, we got to do something for Gary or something like that. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I remember when I first came to this college and I had to meet with Brad Steinbrecher, and we went to his pink and purple office. And it was like my first impression of Brad, and still my last impression of Brad with his pink and purple office. But Brad's been a huge part of my life, and everybody here, he's touched so many people here, just influenced us in the right way, and I'd be sad to see him leave that position, but I'm sure he will continue to influence so many more people. Let's remember you, we also made you a plaque. It says Brad Steinbrecher, Director of Engineering.
it only gets better.
He must be your father's son.
There are some people who said they would like to get up and say a few words. If any of you, I know Alex, are you around here? Okay, come on up. I've got a little bit of an open mic here, and then we'll wrap it up with Matt. So.
Well, I'm not as funny as Juice or Cameron, so I'm going to be a little serious. Brad, you were a lot of things to us here in the engineering department. You were our housing director for who knows how long. And academic coach, you were a teacher, but most importantly, you were a friend. And that's what really mattered. So, thanks, Brad.
No, I'm not going to rib them, guys. Although most of you see me every day doing that, I just wanted to come up here in front of all these people and say thanks. I appreciate it. I got something to say. Okay, when I started at ICC last year, I was looking for a job. And I applied for Walmart and for a couple other places, and they turned me down, too qualified or something, I don't know. But anyway, I was looking for a job. And here comes Brad, and he's like, hey Dan, I got this internship opportunity, and it's working for a US Geological Survey. Why don't you check it out? And so I was like, okay, sure, I'll do that. How much they pay? $10 an hour? Oh yeah, I'm in. So I sent in my application, went for an interview, and I got a job October 2003. I've held that job until now. I'm still going to work there this summer, and I liked it so much I think I'm going to make a career out of it. And I just wanted to say, if it weren't for you, Brad, I wouldn't know what I'd be doing right now. So, thank you.
Matt has a little bit of a production for us.
Just because I can't get a date doesn't mean I need to be serenaded. I just want everybody to know if I'm around. I can get it, I choose not to.
Matt just said it's funny that you would say that. Turns out Matt has written you a song. I don't know how many levels are here. Can you all hear me all right? Hold on. All right, this song.
Grab a chair and come put that up higher. Put the music on a chair.
Is that loud enough? Okay. I wrote this song
drink late at night, you know. Just couldn't get you off my mind. So I made up this little jingle I'd like to call Ode to Brad. On the outside, Brad is tall and straight. But we can't remember the last time we had a date. Always around camping, smiling all the time. If you only knew what we were thinking in our minds. Well, sometimes you're a drag, and we think that you're a fat and fabulous guy. Please for the bad jokes that you put us through. And R is for the ridiculous amounts of gel in your hair. And A is for April Fools and all the pranks that we've played on you. And D is for the biggest dog around, because we all know it's true. Alright, now before I start the second verse, there's a little story that's behind it that everyone needs to know about. And well, earlier this year, Brad took a bunch of us down to the University of Minnesota. And the whole way down and the whole way back home, Brad decided that he must sing along with every word, or with every song that came on the radio, but he wasn't singing the normal words. He had to make up his own words. So I thought I would give you a little taste of what Brad was singing to us. So here we go. Do you remember when you drove us to the U? You made up words to every song that we listened to. Then Queen came on the radio in your creativeness begun. But the words that you sung weren't, "We are the champions." It was more like, "We are the tampons. We are the tampons." Please for the bad jokes that you put us through. And R is for the ridiculous amounts of gel in your hairdo. And A is for April Fools and all the pranks that we've played on you. And D is for the biggest dog around, because we all know it's true. tip our hats to the man who convinced us to come. And next fall when we're all the way at some new school, we'll think back on all the fun we've had, and we'll think of you. And we hear you're leaving too, and we wish the best of luck for you. Peace for the best 2 years that we've ever had at school. And R is for the real good times that we've all shared with you. And A is for all the things that you've helped us work our way through. And D is for don't never forget us, because we'll never forget you. P is for the best 2 years that we've ever had at school. And R is for the real good times that we've all shared with you. And A is for all the things that you've helped us work our way through. And D is for don't ever forget us, Brad, because we'll never forget you.
That was a ton better than that song you sang for me that one time. Remember that? When you guys were graduating and you made up some
Yeah, it had to do with some lack of material.
lack of hair. Yeah.
Brad, I hope you're paying attention because he has a voice. You pay attention, he has a voice.
He does have a voice, but it was sort of funnier when I didn't and I tried.
There you go.
Really.
Well, boy, you know, I sat in the chair and I kind of thought maybe I'd get up and say a couple of things, but I don't think I had any clue that you guys had all that in store. And, you know, life, when I came here 4 years ago, I thought that I was going to teach students something. I thought I came with these experiences in my life and I thought I was going to teach. And I came, and there's a lot of things that keep you busy in a day, you know, we all go through that in our jobs, and there's a lot of things that keep us running and moving and going, and sometimes I would get really caught up in those details of the day, the paperwork and the things that needed to be accomplished and all the supposed important things. And I found that time and time again it was you guys, you the students, who would draw me back in to what we do here, to what is so important to me and to the other instructors here, and that is relationships, and that is family and each other. And sometimes I still lose sight of that, but tonight it's pretty hard to lose sight of the love that you guys have for me and the love that I have for all of you. And I just want to thank you for 4 of the greatest years of my life, some of the most challenging and exciting and rewarding years of my life. And I won't forget you. I won't forget this place. This is where I came from, and this is where I'm coming back to. I want to go back and get my counseling degree and come back here and be a part of this forever. And so I just want to thank you, and I want this to be your night to celebrate it too. I really appreciate all of the blessings you've given me here, students, family coming out and supporting. But we are here to celebrate you guys too, and I'll be back to be a part of that. And that's something that I really thank you for what you did and for allowing me to be a part of your lives, and continued success to each and every one of you. And I'll be with you in thought and prayer, and you guys keep me in your thoughts and prayers too. So, thanks.
We are here to celebrate you, the graduates. You know what you just completed, but I'm not sure those around you, your friends and family, have a real good feel for the intensity that of the life that you have led for the last 2 years, and in some cases 3 years. You've worked hard. It's not unusual to come into this building at 3 o'clock in the morning, any morning, Sunday through Saturday, and find people on this level of the building doing work. How many of you were up past midnight last night doing schoolwork?
Still up.
Still up. You have chosen the absolute hardest path to an undergraduate degree. You're halfway there. The hardest half. The half where if you weren't going to make it, you wouldn't have made it to this point. Now 95% of the people who ever graduated from this school and gone forward have gone on to get their degrees. And so that's basically going to be every one of you. So we're here tonight. We've got all of our faculty members are going to come forward. We're going to give you a certificate. You've left your mark. You made your plaque that's going to be on the wall forever. Noel got some special glue. That stuff ain't never coming off. So we're never going to forget you. And we've got a plaque, and we've got a certificate for you to take with you to remember us. So if I could get all the faculty, Bart, Gord, Craig and Teresa, Glenn, Gary, Brad, Noel, Tom, everybody up here, faculty and staff, and we're going to call you up one at a time to get your graduation certificate. While everybody's coming up here, I mentioned that the hardest half is done, but the hardest semester isn't. When you came here and you were in your first semester and I said, this is the hardest semester of your life, I lied. Next semester is the hardest semester of your life. You're transitioning to upper division, you're transitioning into a new, much larger, much less friendly environment. It's going to be hard. Kristen, you could tell us that, can't you? Kristen decided to try that out this semester. She got done here a semester early. It's hard. It's painful. You're going to have self-doubt. And that's okay. Just give us a call, any one of us up here, and we'll tell you it's going to be okay. You're going to make it through. Despite at midterms, when you think you're failing every single one of your classes because you have percents in the 15s to 20s, you will pass. And you will graduate. All right. Brad, you got to do that sort of thing where I can see again. And we're going to just have you run the gamut. Come on up, Brian Anderson. Brian is a graduate of Big Fork High School. He's going to the University of North Dakota next year to get a degree in mechanical engineering. Next is Brandon Bonneman. Brandon is a graduate. Josh Johnson, Juice. Josh has spent 3 years with us, and most of the time when I come here at 3 o'clock in the morning, he's the one that I see. Middle of the winter, he's wearing shorts and flip-flops. In fact, he's so well known for his shorts and flip-flops that he has a picture engraved on his plaque of him in shorts and flip-flops. Josh is a graduate of Wasabi East High School. He's going to go to Michigan Tech next year to get a degree in mechanical engineering. Good luck, Josh.
And always cleans the shop up.
That's right, I do.
The one student who cleans up after himself in the shop. You'll notice that around the room are students